Recording in progress.
Good evening, friends. So we are discussing admission of a partner. So in admission, totally we have 6 steps. Step 1, calculation of ratio. Step 2, treatment for goodwill. Step 3, transfer of reserves. Step 4, prepare revaluation account and transfer revaluation profit or loss to partner's capital. Step 5, preparation of capital account. Step 6 is preparation of balance sheet. Already we completed up to question number 68 we completed. Now we are proceeding further. So next one it is question number 69. Read this question. Question number 69. A and B are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 7:3. So the old ratio is 7:3. Balance sheet is given as follows. Creditors, outstanding wages, general reserve, capital given. Similarly, cash, debtors and provision for doubtful debts, stock and furniture machinery is given. So in balance sheet, what you should understand, we have general reserve and general reserve should be transferred to partner's capital. Okay, then we have on 1st April 2024, C was admitted for 1/5 share in profit. C will bring 90,000 as capital and 30,000 for share of goodwill. So partner brings goodwill. So we need to follow what method? Premium method. Then outstanding wages will be paid. Stock is reduced by 10%. Creditors 6,300 not recorded in the books and was taken into account. Earlier it is creditors is not recorded. Now it is recorded, meaning creditors increases. Also they are asking us to pass necessary journal entry for the above transaction in the books of the firm. So that's all. So these are the adjustments given. Go through this question. Sorry, let's start this question. So in this question, first step it is calculation of ratio. If you see in this question, what is the ratio given? 7:3 is the ratio given. Old ratio given 7:3 and a new partner or a share it is 1/4. Okay, so no information is given about ratio, meaning whatever old ratio you have, the same ratio will be treated as sacrificing ratio. This is type 1 question. So your old ratio is same as sacrificing ratio. Okay, so what is your sacrificing ratio in this question? it is 7:3. Next one, balance sheet is given. First step 1 over, ratio over. Step 2, treatment for goodwill. For goodwill, partner brings 30,000. Whenever partner brings cash for goodwill, we should use premium method. As per premium method, what is the journal entry for goodwill? First entry, cash account debit. Cash account debit. Partner brings how much capital? Partner brings 90,000 as capital. So cash account debit to capital. Which partner capital? Partner order name. It is C capital. Cash account debit to C's capital, and also cash account debit to premium for goodwill. To premium for goodwill. So cash to C's capital. Cash to C's capital, it is 90,000. Cash to C's capital, it is 90,000. And to premium for goodwill, he brings 30,000. But totally cash account should be debited with 1,20,000. So point number 1 and point number 2, point number 1 and point number 2 we passed entry. Now what is the treatment for premium for goodwill? For this premium for goodwill, what is the journal entry we should pass? It is gaining partner's capital account debit to sacrificing partner, meaning it is premium for goodwill account debit. It is premium for goodwill account debit to sacrificing partner. Who are the sacrificing partner? To A and B are the sacrificing partner. So premium for goodwill account debit, it is 30,000 to A's capital and B's capital. In what ratio this entry to be made? Means sacrificing ratio. What is the sacrificing ratio? 7:3 is the sacrificing ratio. So 30,000 partner brings, that should be shared in the ratio of 7:3. 30,000 when you share in 7:3 ratio, you will be getting 21,000 and 9,000. So journal entry, premium for goodwill account debit to partner's capital, to A's capital and to B's capital, it is 21,000 and 9,000. So first two things we passed entry. Third one, outstanding wages is paid. We have outstanding wages of 9,000 which is given in balance sheet. Question, they are asking us to pass journal entry. So outstanding liability is paid. What is the entry for outstanding wages paid? Or normal payment entry. What is the entry? Outstanding wages account debit. Outstanding wages account debit to cash. Outstanding wages account debit to cash. How much is outstanding wages? It is 9,000. So journal entry, outstanding wages account debit 9,000 to cash, it is 9,000. That's all. Next one, outstanding wage. Third one, stock will be reduced by 10%. Stock will be reduced by 10%. Already we have a stock of 60,000. In 60,000 there is a reduction of 10%. For this we should pass entry. What is the entry? Stock is asset. Asset will have debit balance. Now debit balance reduces. So what is the journal entry for reduction in stock? Revaluation account debit. It is revaluation account debit to stock. Revaluation account debit to stock. It is how much amount? 6,000. How it is 6,000? Stock order value 60,000. In that we have to calculate 10%. 60,000 into 10% will give you 6,000. So journal entry, revaluation account debit to stock 6,000. Next one, outstanding wages over, stock over. Then creditors 6,300 not recorded in the books. Earlier it is not recorded, but now it is taken into account. Creditor is a liability. Liability will have credit balance. Now it is recorded. Creditors balance increases. What is the journal entry for that? It is creditor balance increases. What is the journal entry? Revaluation account debit. Revaluation account debit to revaluation account debit to creditors. How much is the amount of creditors? Creditors oda amount 6,300. Total what is your revaluation loss? Already we have debited revaluation to the extent of 6,000. Now we debited to the extent of 6,300. So totally revaluation account should be debited with 12,300. So this should be treated as revaluation loss. This revaluation loss should be transferred to partner's capital. So what is the transfer entry for transferring this revaluation loss to partner's capital? A's capital account debit and B's capital account debit. A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit to revaluation. Already we have a revaluation balance of 12,300. Upon this 12,300 should be shared in what ratio? Old ratio. If you share 12,300 in old ratio, what is the amount? 12,300 divided by 10 into 7, because profit sharing ratio is 7:3. So you will be getting 8,610 and another partner you will be getting 3,690. So revaluation amount is shared in what ratio? Old ratio. So we passed the entry for the last one also. Also we passed entry for revaluation. In addition to this, you should pass one more entry. What is the entry? You should pass entry for transfer of general reserve. General reserve should be transferred to partner's capital. General reserve is given in balance sheet liability side. What is the entry for transferring general reserve? It is general reserve account debit. It is general reserve account debit to partner's capital, to A's capital, and to B's capital. So general reserve account debit to partner's capital. General reserve is there for 15,000. 15,000 to be shared in profit sharing ratio. What is the profit sharing ratio? 7:3. So 15,000 divided by 10. 15,000 divided by 10, you will be getting 1,500. 1,500 into 7. 1,500 into 7 will give you 10,500. To A's capital 10,500, to B's capital it is 3,500. So again general reserve should be transferred to partner's capital. That's all. So all the entries we made. So first in the question பாருங்க ஒரு வாட்டி recollect பண்ணுங்க. ரொம்ப ஈஸியான question. 6 marks இந்த questionக்கு normal capital கொண்டு வந்ததுக்கு entry. What is the entry for capital brought in by partner? Cash account debit to capital. Goodwill கொண்டு வந்ததுக்கு entry. Cash account debit to premium for goodwill. Outstanding wages and premium should be shared in sacrificing ratio. What is the entry for sharing this premium for goodwill? So premium for goodwill account should be debited and partner's capital, sacrificing partner's capital should be credited. Outstanding wages will be paid. What is the entry for outstanding wages payment? Outstanding wages account debit to cash. Stock reduced by 10%. Stock is an asset reduction. So asset should be credited. Entry revaluation account debit to stock. Creditors 6,300. Earlier it is not recorded. Now it is taken into account. Meaning creditors increases. What is the entry for creditors increases? Revaluation account debit to creditors. Total we have a loss on revaluation. That loss on revaluation is transferred to partner's capital. What is the entry for transferring that loss to partner's capital? The revaluation account debit to partner's capital account debit to revaluation. And also we transferred the general reserve. That's all. That is about the answer for this question. So with this, most of the questions on admission of partner we completed. Now we will proceed with the next topic, retirement of partner. So in case of retirement of partner also we have same steps. What steps we have for admission, same steps we have for retirement also. That means step number 1, calculation of ratio. No change in step number 1. Step number 2, treatment for goodwill. For goodwill also there is no change, because earlier we had two methods, premium and memorandum method. Now we have only one method. What is that method? It is memorandum method. Third one, transfer of reserve. Reserve should be transferred. Reserve should be transferred to old partners. And fourth one, revaluation. And revaluation profit or loss should be transferred to old partners. Reserve also should be transferred to old partners. Goodwill we should find out sacrificing ratio, and we should pass entry as gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partners. And then we should prepare capital account. The only thing is, in case of admission of a partner, partner will bring some amount to firm. In case of admission, partner will bring some cash to firm. But in case of retirement, firm will repay the amount to partner. Sometimes if the cash is not sufficient, then the amount will be transferred to loan account. Sometimes it will be paid in form of cash, sometimes it will be transferred to loan account. Sometimes part of the amount will be paid in cash and part of the amount will be transferred to loan account. Let's solve some questions on retirement of partner. First one, KHNR partners, profit sharing ratio 3:2:1. N is retired, one partner is retired. On the date of retirement, workman compensation fund in the balance sheet is 1,50,000. We have workman compensation fund to the extent of 1,50,000. But workman compensation claim was 1,20,000. Fund we have for 50,000. 1,50,000. Fund we have for 1,50,000. But claim is only 1,20,000. Upper still we have how much amount balance? 30,000 we have. Upper balance 30,000 will be transferred to. How it is 30,000? We have a fund of 1,50,000 and fund minus claim of 1,20,000. 1,50,000 minus 30 will give you 1,50,000 minus 1,20,000 will give you 30,000. This 30,000 will be transferred to partner's capital. Question la they are asking what is the amount credited to N's capital. Appa N oda share it is 1/6. Appa 30,000 into 1/6. Appa tell me 30,000 into 1/6 will give you 5,000. So answer for question number 70 is 5,000. Next, question number 71. Question number 71. RUMR partners, profit sharing ratio 3:2:1. M retired. The balance in capital account after necessary adjustment, reserve and revaluation, it is 1,80,000. But R and U agreed to pay 2 lakh as full settlement. So already reserve is adjusted, revaluation is adjusted. But what is not adjusted? Goodwill is not adjusted. Because of goodwill, how much change we have? Because of goodwill, we have a change of 20,000. What is the requirement of the question? M share of goodwill in the firm. What is M share of goodwill? What is the difference we have? We have to actually pay 1,80,000, but we are paying 2 lakh. And we have a difference of 20,000. That difference 20,000 is because of goodwill. Appa goodwill will be how much amount? Means 20,000. Question la they are asking share of goodwill. Appa share of goodwill is 20,000. Next one more question. R, Ria, Rita, Renu were partners. Renu retired from the firm. The amount is payable to Renu is 2,17,000 was transferred to the partner's loan account. Renu agreed to receive interest at the rate of interest on this loan as per the provisions of Partnership Act. Already I told you, in case of interest on loan is not given, it should be paid at 6%. Silent features of partnership padikumbodhe sonna. What are the silent features of partnership? If profit sharing ratio is not given, it should be shared equally. No for 3 things, no interest on capital, no interest on drawings, no salary or remuneration to partner. But if interest on loan is not given, it should be at 6% abdin path. So that 6% should be given. Next question. Ravi, Vani and Tony are equal partners. So ratio 1:1:1. After retirement of Vani, capital balance of Ravi and Tony were 1,56,000 and 1,08,000. So capital order balance given. Already one partner retired. We have 3 partners, Ravi, Vani and Tony. Who is the retiring partner? After retirement of Vani, Vani is the retiring partner. What is the balance of capital? That is given in the question. 1,56,000 for Ravi and Tony it is 1,08,000 for Tony. Now, what is given? The new capital of the firm was determined at 2,80,000. Total capital of the firm, new firm order capital is determined at 2,80,000. It is decided that capital will be in profit sharing ratio. Capital will be in proportion of profit sharing ratio of the remaining partners. So who are the remaining partners? Only 2 partners, R and T. and it should be in profit sharing ratio. What is the profit sharing ratio? 1:1, because question exclusive or no ratio is given. It means that partners continue to share their profit in their old ratio. What is their old ratio? 1:1. But now also they wanted to continue the firm and they will share the profits in what ratio? Means 1:1. Total this capital 280 should be shared in profit sharing ratio. If you share 280 in profit sharing ratio, you will be getting 1,40,000 for R and again 1,40,000 for T. Both the partner will be getting 1,40,000 and 1,40,000. Now what is the question they are asking? How much amount will be brought in by Tony? What is the deficiency for Tony? Actually, what is the capital of Tony? Presently, what is the capital of Tony? Tony or capital, presently it is 1,08,000 and the proposed capital required is 1,40,000. There is a difference of 32,000. So this 32,000 is the answer for this question. The question or answer is 32,000. Next, question number 74. Question number 74. Read this question. Question number 74. Are Ravi, Guru, Mani, Sonu were partners in a firm, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:2:1. 2:2:1 is called as old ratio. On 31st January, one partner retired from the firm. Yes, retired from the firm. On retirement of S, goodwill of the firm is valued at 1,40,000. So goodwill is how much amount? Means 1,40,000. The new profit sharing ratio among Ravi, Guru, Mani was agreed as 5:1:1. Already we have old ratio 2:2:1. Now we have a new ratio of 5:1:1. Show your workings clearly for passing journal entry for treatment of goodwill in the books of the firm on retirement of S without opening goodwill account. It means they are asking us to pass memorandum method, net entry they are asking us to pass. So first go through this question. So in the question, first we should calculate the ratio. What is the old ratio? First calculate the old ratio. Old ratio given as 2:2:1. New ratio, who retired? S retired. Third partner retired. So 5:1:1 is the new ratio. Old ratio given, new ratio given. We need to find out sacrifice of partner. First find for R. It is 2/7 minus 5/7. You will be getting answer as minus 3/7. Minus 3/7. If you get answer in minus, meaning that partner is gaining. Similarly, calculate for next partner, Guru. What is the old ratio? 2/7. What is the new ratio? 1/7. You will be getting answer as 1/7. Answer in plus, meaning that partner is sacrificing. Also calculate for next partner. Who is the next partner? Retiring partner, Sonu. What is the old ratio? 2/7. What is the new ratio? 0. 2/7 minus 0 will give you 2/7. Answer in plus, meaning that partner is also sacrificing. So, two partners are sacrificing, one partner is gaining. Also calculate for last partner. Who is the last partner? Oh, money ஆயிது. மணியோட ஷேர் வந்து 1, எஸ் தான் வந்து நெல். அப்போ எஸ் லாஸ்ட் பார்ட்னர், சோனு தான் லாஸ்ட் பார்ட்னர். இதுக்கு முன்னாடி இன்னொரு பார்ட்னர் இருக்கான் மணி. ஸோ மணிக்கு எப்படி கால்குலேட் பண்ணுறது? 2/7 minus 1/7 is equal to 1/7. Again answer in plus, so meaning that partner is sacrificing. Last S, Sonu, அவனோட old ratio 1/7, new ratio 0. அப்போ you will be getting answer as 1/7. அப்போ who is gaining? Only one partner is gaining. Who is that? R. Remaining partner and all sacrificing. Okay, sacrifice order total if you add, you should get gain order total. Appo what is the journal entry? It is gaining partner's capital account debit to sacrificing partner. It is R capital account debit to G capital account to M capital account and to S capital account. R capital account debit to G capital to M capital to S capital. R capital should be debited with. R capital should be debited with how much amount? Goodwill of the firm is 1,40,000. Appa it is 1,40,000 into 3/7. 1,40,000 into 3/7. What is the amount pa? 1,40,000 into 3/7. You will be getting 60,000. Similarly, next partner 1,40,000 into what is the sacrifice of G? 1/7. Appo 1,40,000 into 1/7 you will be getting 20,000. M 1,40,000 into same 1/7 20,000. Last partner S 1,40,000 into 1/7 20,000. Answer R capital account debit to G capital to M capital to S capital. That's all. So 7th one also, 70 question number 74 also, just goodwill order treatment they are asking. Goodwill order journal entry on retirement we should pass. Same thing what we learned in admission of partner, that is gaining partner's capital account debit to sacrificing partner. Next question, question number 75. A and V are partners. A and V are partners. Profit sharing ratio 2:2:1. What is the old ratio? 2:2:1. Old ratio 2:2:1. Next, balance sheet is given. We have general reserve. Balance sheet we have general reserve. But remember, general reserve should be transferred to partner's capital. Next, credit as given, bills payable given, patent, furniture, stock, debtors, provision, cash. These are the things given. We retired on following terms. Who is the retiring partner? V is the retiring partner. And profit sharing ratio not given, meaning partners continue to share their profit in their old ratio. Next, capital given, assets given. Next, goodwill of the firm is valued at 60,000. So goodwill you should pass entry as gaining partner's capital account debit to sacrificing partner. Next, new ratio given. What is the new ratio given? 3:2. Old ratio 2:1. New ratio it is 3:2. Ratio is given in the question. Next, value of the stock is reduced by 10,000. Reduction in stock. Patents undervalued. Yesterday we discussed this adjustment, undervalued and overvalued. When it is undervalued, it is not a loss. The stock is wrongly undervalued. We need to revise this, rectification of error. We need to increase the value. And how much is paid to retiring partner? 20,000 is paid to retiring partner immediately. and for the balance is transferred to loan carrying an interest of 8%. Question order requirement. Pass necessary journal entry on V's retirement. On V's retirement, you should pass journal entry. So all the adjustments we already learned. So you are going to first try. Okay, I will give you 4 minutes time. Journal entry தான் அந்த ஃபைனல் என்ட்ரி இருக்குல்ல, லோன் ரீபேமெண்ட் என்ட்ரி, அந்த லோன் ரீபேமெண்ட் என்ட்ரி மட்டும் நீங்கள் சொல்லுங்கள். அது கரெக்டாக இருந்தாலே மற்றதெல்லாம் கரெக்டுன்றது we can confirm. ட்ரை பண்ணுங்கள். ஸோ ட்ரை திஸ் கொஷின். Old ratio 2:2:1. Reserve is there. New ratio given. Try this question. Answer chatல send பண்ணுங்க. So sumla they are asking only journal entries. Quickly try this entries. Goodwill entry, gaining partners to sacrificing partner. Stock is reduced. First step ratio. We need to calculate sacrifice of partner. So what is the sacrifice of partner? Old ratio 2:2:1. Old ratio 2:2:1. Who retired? We retired. So second partner retired. New ratio 3:2. New ratio 3:2. Appo first find the sacrifice or gain. How to find out sacrifice or gain? First one for partner A. For partner A, 2/5 minus 3/5. 2/5 minus 3/5. LCM 5. It is minus 1/5, meaning that partner is gaining. A is gaining. We will be sacrificing. 2 by 5 minus 0, it is 2 by 5. Appa we will be sacrificing. Our old ratio 1 by 5 minus new ratio 2 by 5. Appa you will be getting minus 1 by 5. This partner is also gaining, but two partners are gaining, one partner is sacrificing. What is the journal entry for goodwill? Goodwill oda journal entry. Gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partner. Entry A's capital account debit, R's capital account debit to V's capital. A's capital account debit, R's capital account debit to V's capital. A's capital debit for 1/5 share. Total goodwill it is given as 60,000. So A's capital 60,000 into 1 by 5. 60,000 into 1 by 5 will give you 12,000. Again R 60,000 total goodwill. 60,000 into 1 by 5. 60,000 into 1 by 5 will give you 12,000. To V's capital it is 24,000. Goodwill oda entry over. First step oda entry over. That is goodwill. First step ratio adu munjichu, goodwill over. Now third step reserve. We have a reserve of 50,000. That reserve should be transferred to old partners. What is the entry for transferring reserve? It is general reserve account debit. It is general reserve account debit to old partner. Who are the old partner? A to V to R. To A's capital, to V's capital, also to R's capital. Now how much amount to be paid? General reserve. How much is the reserve we have in balance sheet? Balance sheet la how much reserve? 50,000. So 50,000 in ratio 2:1. 50,000 for A it is 20,000, for V it is 20,000, and again to R it is 10,000. Reserve is transferred. Third step is over. Fourth step revaluation. Revaluation related we have two adjustments. One is stock is reduced by 10,000. Stock reduced. Entry. What is the entry for stock? Reduction in stock. Stock is an asset. Asset will have debit balance. When stock is reduced, what is the entry? Revaluation account debit. Revaluation account debit to stock. How much reduction in this question? How much reduction? 10,000. Stock is reduced by 10,000. Entry revaluation account debit to stock for 10,000. Now comes the important adjustment. What is the important adjustment? Undervalued. Undervalued by 20%. Undervalued by 20%. Meaning the stock is valued at 80%. When they say it is undervalued by 20%, the meaning the stock is valued at how much percentage? 80%. So meaning the given value of patent is representing 80%. If 80% is 80,000, what is 20%? 80,000 divided by 80% into 20% will give you the value of reduction. So actual value of the stock is 1 lakh, but they reduced to 20%. That is why it is mentioned as 80,000. Actual value of the stock is 1 lakh. There is a reduction of 20%. 1 lakh 20%, 20,000, and now the stock is valued at how much amount? Means 80,000. That is why it is given as undervalued by 20%. So this 80,000 is representing how much percentage? Means 80%. So 80,000 divided by 80% will give you 1 lakh. This 1 lakh is representing actual value. If you calculate 20%, you will be getting the value of the stock. Stock should be increased by 20,000. What is the entry for increase? Patent should be increased by 10,000. 10 or 20? Stock 20. I will repeat. Patent order value 80,000. This is representing 80%. If 80% is 80,000, what is full value? 80,000 divided by 80,000 divided by 80%. 80,000 divided by 80% will give you 1 lakh. If 1 lakh is the full value into 20%, 1 lakh into 20% will give you 20,000. Appa 20,000 we should pass entry. What is the entry for increasing the patent? Patent account debit. It is patent account debit to revaluation. It is patent account debit to what? Revaluation. How much amount? Patent to revaluation. How much amount? 20,000. So up entry patent account debit to revaluation 20,000. That's all. Next. So patent also over. Upper revaluation or profit or loss we will find out. First entry there is a debit of revaluation, and in the next entry we have a credit in revaluation. Upper netta we have credit. It means revaluation profit. What is the entry for transferring revaluation profit? It is the revaluation account debit. Revaluation account debit. It is 20,000 minus 10,000 netta. 20,000 minus 10,000 netta. It is 10,000. This 10,000 to be transferred to partner's capital, to A's capital, to V's capital, to R's capital. In their profit sharing ratio, 2:1 ratio. Ratio is 2:1. Upper 10,000 2:1 la piricha, you will be getting 4,000 and 4,000 and 2,000. That's all pa. So ratio revaluation over. Now we need to find out the amount due to partner V. Partner V ku enna amount appdin parunga. This is very simple pa. Ana be careful with this calculation. Amount due to V. Amount due to V. எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது? First entry la, first journal entry la, V account is debited, V account is credited with 24,000. அப்போ V account credit we have 24,000 credit. Next again we have a next entry reserve. In reserve entry also V account is credited with 20,000. V account is credited with 20,000. Next revaluation la we have a credit of 4,000. Revaluation la we have a credit of 4,000. This is for revaluation. This is reserve. First one is goodwill. Also we have capital of credit balance. What is the V's capital credit balance? It is 2 lakh. V capital credit balance it is 2 lakh. But that amount also to be taken. Capital it is how much amount? Means 2 lakh. Now total all the amount. Okay, total all the amount you will be paying, getting how much amount? Means 2,48,000 credit balance. In this 2,48,000 how much is paid? Means 20,000 is paid. What is the entry for payment made to partner? It is V's capital account debit to bank. How much is paid now? Now how much is paid? Means 20,000 is paid. Balance amount we transferred to V oda loan account. Total V account should be debited with 2,48,000. To bank account it is 20,000. To V's loan account it is 2,28,000. So journal entry, final entry is V's capital account debit to bank to V's loan account it is 2,28,000. That's all pa. So idukku 6 mark. The final entry is very important. Okay, you should derive the amount either by giving a working note, or you can alternatively prepare the capital account. Journal entry vache you can tell the amount. Whenever V capital is credited, we will write here. In case debited, we will subtract. Net amount should be transferred to the partner's capital. That's it. Loan account. So that is about question number 75. Next question number 76. Question number 76. Read this question number 76. PQKR partners ratio 7:2:1. The old ratio given. What is the old ratio given? 7:2:1. On 31st March, balance sheet is given as follows. Balance sheet of PQK is given. Capital PQK is there. Reserve is there for 3 lakh. Workman compensation reserve is there. 2 reserves are there in this question. Also, on the above date, Q is retired. Partner Q is retired. Q is retired. Second partner is retired. Goodwill is valued at 12 lakh. 12 lakh is total goodwill. Goodwill we require ratio. Old ratio 7:2:3. New ratio என்ன கொடுத்துருக்காங்கன்னு பார்க்கணும். Land appreciated meaning increase. Land appreciated by 30%. Building depreciated by 3,54,000. This 3,54,000 is the reduced value, reduction in value. Provision is maintained at 6%. Already one more question we did on provision. I told you provision should be calculated on 6 lakh. It means 6 lakh into 6% you should calculate. 6 lakh into 6% will give you 36,000. 36,000 is the amount of provision we require. Okay, and already we have a provision of 30,000. Already we have a provision of 30,000. How much is the increase in provision? 6,000 is the increase in provision. Provision is a liability. Liability increases for 6,000. Also we have a liability for workman compensation. How much is the workman compensation reserve we have? 5,40,000. And we have a liability of 1,40,000. Out of 5,40,000, 1,40,000 will be adjusted. Balance 4 lakh will be transferred to partner's capital. And amount payable to Q is transferred to partner's loan account. Interesting adjustment is total capital of the new firm is 16 lakh. New firm oda capital, continuing partners oda total capital of the new firm is given, and it is adjusted according to their new profit sharing ratio by opening current account. In previous class we did one more question with same number 16 lakh, but that time whatever balance we have, that balance we transfer to what account? Means cash account. It means partner either will bring cash or partner will withdraw cash. Here it is not transferred to cash. Instead it is adjusted with what account? Current account. Whatever balancing figure you are getting, that should be transferred to what account? Current account. Go through this question and try ratio step. Ratio வந்து ஒன்றுமே இல்லை, ஈஸியான ஸ்டெப்பு தான். எந்த ரேஷியோவும் கொடுக்கல, meaning continue to share their profit in their old ratio. When Q retired, new ratio it is what? 7:1 is the new ratio. Land appreciated, revaluation இருக்கு, reserve இருக்கு, goodwill இருக்கு. நல்ல question. Capital proportionate adjustment இருக்கு. Okay, try this question and tell me the balance in current account. Current account la how much amount is transferred அப்படின்ற balance you should tell. Revaluation neither profit nor loss. Okay. சீக்கிரம் பா. quickly try this. Revaluation you completed, then goodwill treatment, reserve, goodwill treatment, can we discuss the answer? Used loan, someone told the answer 12,22,000 loan account. Let's check the answer. First step, it is calculation of ratio. What is the old ratio? 7:2:1. 7:2:1. What is the new ratio? Who retired? Q retired. Second partner retired. Upon new ratio 7:1. Upon what is who are the partners' name? P, Q, K. P, Q, K. About what is the sacrifice of first peak calculate பண்ணும் 7/8 sorry 7/2:2 7 plus 2 9 10 7/10 minus 7/8 LCM it is 40. Okay, 4 times into 4 28. This 5 times into 5 35. So you will be getting answer as 7/40. Same way partner Q answer plus la irukku, meaning sacrificing. Oh, minus la irukka. It is minus 7/40. It is gaining. Next second partner, it is 2/10 minus 0, you will be getting answer as 2 by 10. 2 by 10 you write it in terms of 40. This should be multiplied with 4. This also should be multiplied with 4. But you will be getting answer as 8 by 40. That is the gain. That is the sacrifice. Next, P over Q over. Next, partner K. Old ratio 1 by 10 minus 1 by 8. LCM it is 40. LCM it is 40. And it is 4 times 4 minus 5 will give you minus 1 by 40. This partner is also gaining. But if you add gain or total, you should get sacrifice. Minus 7 by 40 minus 1 by 40, you will be getting 8 by 40, and it is minus 1 by 40. So sacrifice over gain over. Next step, sacrifice and gain over. First, goodwill mudichirum. Goodwill of the firm is valued at 12 lakh. So journal entry, gaining partner capital account debit. Who are the gaining partner? Q capital account debit, K capital account debit, P capital account debit, K capital account debit, to Q capital. Goodwill 12 lakh. 12 lakh into what is the share of partner P? 7 by 40. And here it is 12 lakh into 1 by 40. And last in the partner 8 by 40. But tell me what is 12 lakh into 7 by 40. 12 lakh into 7 by 40 will give you 2 lakh and 10,000. Similarly, partner cake 12 lakh divided by 40 will give 1 by 40. 12 lakh divided by 40 will give you 30,000. Total of 2 Q's capital it is 2 lakh and 40,000. So step goodwill over, ratio over, goodwill over. Next, reserve. How much reserve we have? General reserve 3 lakh. No information is given about reserve. Always reserve should be transferred to partner's capital. What is the entry? General reserve account debit. General reserve account debit to old partner. Entry ketrika, ledger ketrika. Oh, ledger sorry pa. Even entry on the working a general reserve account debit to old partner. Who are the old partner? To P's capital, to Q's capital, to K's capital. So general reserve, how much amount we have in balance sheet? General reserve 3 lakhs. General reserve 3 lakhs should be debited. To partner's capital should be credited in profit sharing ratio. What is the old ratio? 7:2:3. 3 lakh divided by 10, it is 30,000. 30,000 into 7 will give you 2 lakh and 10. 30,000 into 7, 2 lakh and 10,000. 30,000 into 2, it is 60,000. 30,000 into 1, it is 30,000. If you add all the number, you should get 3 lakh. Reserve over. Then we should prepare revaluation, and also workman compensation reserve is there. How much workman compensation reserve is there? 5 lakh and 40,000. And we have a liability of 1 lakh and 40,000. So what is the entry? Workman compensation reserve account debit. Workman compensation reserve account debit to workman compensation liability. Workman compensation reserve account debit to workman compensation liability to partner's capital, to P's capital, to Q's capital, to K's capital. So workman compensation reserve, how much we have means 5 lakh and 40 we have. Out of 5 lakh 40 we have a liability of 1 lakh and 40,000. So out of 5 lakh 40, 1 lakh 40 will be adjusted. Still we have how much amount means 4 lakh. This 4 lakhs will be transferred to partner's capital. What is the journal entry? Workman compensation reserve account debit 5 lakh and 40,000 minus 1 lakh 40, remaining 4 lakh. 4 lakh divided by 10, 40,000. 40,000 into 7, 2 lakh and 80,000. 40,000 into 2, 80,000. 40,000 into 1, 40,000. That's all. The amount is transferred to partner's capital. Over. So reserve over. Revaluation account. revaluation account they are asking, so revaluation account you should prepare. So in case of revaluation, what and all we have? See, first one, revaluation related. Provision is created at 6%. Remember, provision should be calculated on 6 lakh. 6 lakh into 6%, 36,000. Already we have a provision of 30,000, meaning there is increase in provision of 6,000. Provision is a liability. Liability increases, journal entry, revaluation account debit to provision. Revaluation account debit to provision for only 6,000. How it is 6,000? 36,000 is the new provision minus existing provision 30,000. But there is an increase in provision to the extent of 6,000, and the 6,000 we should pass the entry. Next one, land and building appreciated by 30%. What is the amount of land and building? 12 lakhs. In 12 lakhs we should calculate 30%. Appreciated means increase. By land and building, it is 3,60,000. Next, provision எழுதியாச்சு, land and building எழுதியாச்சு. Next, what is the other things? One more adjustment. Buildings was depreciated by 3,54,000. Building is a asset reduces. By depreciate, அது என்ன asset, என்ன reduction, sorry, by இல்லை 2, building. Building is reduced by 3,54,000. It means there is no profit or no loss in case of revaluation. Revaluation order debit side total is also 3,60,000. Revaluation credit side total is also 3,60,000. Your debit side total is equal to credit side total. Whenever debit side total is equal to credit side total, then no journal, there is no profit or loss on revaluation. So revaluation also over. Now we need to prepare the important account called capital account. The capital account we should prepare. In capital account we have how many partners totally? 3 partners. Who are the 3 partners? P, Q and K. P, Q and K. First, by balance brought down. Opening balance of partners capital. What is the opening balance of partners capital? 9,60,000, 8,40,000, 9,60,000, 8,40,000, 9,60,000, 8,40,000. இன்னொரு பார்ட்னருக்கு எவ்வளோ? 9,60,000, 8,40,000 and 9 lakh. So first entry over, balance brought down over. Also we passed entry for goodwill. Goodwill ku what is the journal entry we passed? P account debit, K account debit to Q. P capital debit, Q capital debit, 2 partner capital debit. First complete debit. P and K debit. 2,10,000. அப்பமா எவ்வளோ? 2,10,000. அப்புறம் 30,000. Cake debit. And credit யாருக்குன்னா Q க்கு credit, it is 2,40,000. When you write for Q, the reference should be by P and K. When you write for P and K, the reference should be to Q, to Q's capital. This is nothing but goodwill order journal entry. Next, reserve order entry. Reserve, what is the journal entry? Reserves to partner 2,10,000, 60,000, 90,000. 2,10,000 by general reserve 2,10,000. அப்புறம் என்ன அமௌண்ட்டு? 90-60 60-40 2,10,000, 60 and 40, 60 and 30, 60 and 30. Next, reserve over. அடுத்து revaluation. Revaluationல there is no profit, no loss. Workman compensation reserve we have 2,80,000, 80 and 40. By workman compensation reserve 2,80,000, அப்புறம் 80,000, அப்புறம் 40,000 reserve also transferred. So I will repeat what we discussed till now. First, balance of partners capital and goodwill order entry posted both in debit side and credit side, and reserve, general reserve should be transferred to partners capital, workman compensation reserve should be transferred to partners capital. And now we need to write also this revaluation. There is no profit or no loss, upper no amount will come in partners capital. Now last segment, the partners order loan total capital proportionate adjustment. What is the total capital of the firm is given, total capital of the new firm is given. Also Q order balance should be transferred to loan account. Q order balance, first you should balance Q account. Balance Q account. Balance Q account. Tell me the total of Q order total எவ்வளோ சொன்னீங்க? 2,40,000, 8,40,000 plus 2,40,000 plus 60,000 plus 80,000 will give you 12,20,000. First transfer this 12,20,000. First transfer this 12,20,000 to Q loan account. Upper to Q loan account. To Q loan account, this balancing figure is transferred 12,20,000. After transferring the amount to Q loan, now find the capital proportionate adjustment to balance carried down. 16 lakh in profit sharing ratio. 16 lakh in profit sharing ratio. What is the new ratio? Old ratio it is 7:2:1. Already one partner retired. What is the new ratio? 7:1 is the new ratio. About 16 lakh you should share in profit sharing ratio. 16 lakh you should share in profit sharing ratio. You will be getting 14 lakh for partner P and 7:1 ratio, and cake it is 2 lakh. Now we posted all the number. This balance is also fixed. Whatever balancing figure we are getting, that balancing figure should be transferred to current account of the partner. Meaning partner P order debit side total is 16 lakh 10, credit side total is 9,60,000 plus 2,10,000 plus 2,08,000. Credit side total is 14 lakhs and 50,000. So which side total is more? Debit side total is more. Now tell me what is your debit side total for P. It is 14 lakh plus 2,10,000. It is 16 lakh and 10,000. So 16 lakh 10,000 is the debit side total, whereas your credit side total is only less. Up a balancing figure 16 lakh 10,000 minus 9 lakh 60 minus 2 lakh 10,000. Sorry, debit side total 16 lakh 10,000 minus 9 lakh 60 minus 2 lakh 10,000 minus 2 lakh 80,000 will give you what is the balancing figure in partners P's current account. It is by P's current account. By P's current account it is 1,60,000. Also Q we should find out balancing figure. I think Q on the credit side total is more, because credit side total if you see for Q, 9 lakh plus 30,000 plus 40,000, you will be getting 9 lakh and 70,000. And what is the balancing figure? What is the balancing figure? 9 lakh 70,000 minus 2 lakh 30,000 will give you balancing figure 7 lakh 40,000. To K current account, to K current account it is 7 lakh 40,000. It is 7 lakh 40,000. That's all pa. Good question. Having most of the adjustments. Having most of the adjustment. Goodwill adjustment we have. General reserve we have. Workman compensation reserve we have. Revaluation we have. But revaluation profit or loss is not there. And the balance capital proportionate adjustment is also there. The only change is in the previous question which we solved, In that question, we transfer the balance to cash account. But here we should transfer the balance to what account? Current account. This is capital proportionate adjustment. That's all. That is about this question. Good question. Having good adjustments. This is the trademark question in this partnership topic. This is how they will ask a question in examination. Abhirami, very good ma. You told the answer correctly. You solved the question. Good. So proceeding further, next one more question, again one more 6-mark question, ABC are partners, profit sharing ratio 3:2:1, balance sheet capital given, ABC, credit as given, plant, furniture, debtors, provision is there, and P&L is there. அப்போ first P&L இந்த சம்மில் புதுசாக இருக்குது. P&L is given in asset side. அப்போ remember P&L should be transferred to partners capital in what ratio? Old ratio. So this P&L should be transferred to partners capital in old ratio. Next, plant is valued at 4,30,000. Already existing value 3 lakh. Now value is 4,30,000, meaning plant increases by 1,30,000. Next, existing provision for doubtful debts was to be increased by 50%. Whatever provision we have, that provision should be increased by 50%. Existing provision. C share of goodwill. Total goodwill illa. C share of goodwill was valued at 80,000, and the same is treated without opening goodwill account. ஒரு தனி adjustment இல்லை, without opening goodwill account, meaning we should pass journal entry gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partner. For 80,000 we should pass. Next, total amount to be paid to C was brought in by A and B in such a way as to make their capital in proportion to their profit sharing ratio. Again we have profit sharing capital proportionate adjustment. So question order requirement: prepare revaluation account and also prepare partners capital account. Revaluation account you should prepare, also you should prepare partners capital account. That's all. So this is the thing. First to go through this question. So we can solve this question together. கொஞ்சம் all the adjustments are there. Konja lengthy question, so you can solve it along with me. First question la enna ketirukanga, first they ask you to prepare revaluation account. Appo open revaluation account. Open revaluation account. Second, partners capital account. Please solve along with me. Who are the partners' name? ABC, ABC. First step, ratio. So have working note. Below this, write working note. It is calculation of ratio. What is the old ratio given in the question? Question la 3:2:1 given. New ratio pati eduvume kudukala. So old ratio A, B, C la 3:2:1. Who retired? C retired. Appa what is the new ratio? New ratio 3:2. First find sacrifice or gain. Appa it is A. How to calculate? It is 3/6 minus 3/5 will give you LCM 30. So 15 minus 18 will give you minus 3/30, meaning the partner is gaining. Next B. It is 2/6 minus 2/5, LCM 30. So 10 minus 12, it is minus 2/30. This partner is also gaining. And what? C will be obviously sacrificing partner. Old ratio 1/6 minus 0. Appa you will be getting answer as 1/6. This you write it in terms of 30. Appa into 5 into 5. Appa you will be getting answer as 5/30. This is sacrifice. Rendu partner oda gain if you add, you will be getting the total of sacrifice. So sacrifice oda total you will be getting 5/30. A ku 3/30, B ku 2/30, minus 2/30, C ku it is 5/30. Ratio over. Second step, working note number 2, goodwill oda treatment. Goodwill ku question la what is given? Goodwill ku enna kuduthirukkan parunga. C share of goodwill kuduthirukkan. Okay, C share of goodwill 80,000. So in the 80,000 we should pass in what ratio na? Sacrificing ratio. What is the sacrificing ratio? 3:2. Appa goodwill ku journal entry. Gaining partners capital account debit. Appa who are the gaining partner? A capital account debit, B capital account debit. 2 sacrificing partner, C is capital account. How much is the amount? 80,000. 80,000 is the share. 80,000 you should share in what ratio na? It is 3:2. 80,000 you should share in the ratio of 3:2. 80,000 if you share in 3:2 ratio, you will be getting what answer? 80,000 divided by 5 into 3 will give you 48,000 and another partner ku 32,000. Appa 48,000 plus 32,000 will give you 80,000 total. It is C, it is 80,000. Goodwill oda entry also posted. So first we passed entry for first ratio calculate pannom, and the ratio vachi goodwill entry we made. Now next third, reserve illa ana P&L irukku. P&L is there to the extent of 30,000. Appo this P&L should be transferred to partners capital. Working note number 3, P&L is there in asset side. Appo that should be transferred to partners capital. Appo entry P&L debit balance appo entry a different. A is capital account debit, B is capital account debit, C is capital account debit to P&L. It is there as debit balance. What is the amount of P&L? P&L debit balance la irundha amount evlo? What is the amount of P&L debit balance? 30,000. So P&L should be 30,000. So to P&L it is 30,000. This should be shared in profit sharing ratio, old ratio. What is the old ratio? 3:2:1. Appo 30,000 if you share in 3:2:1, 30,000 divided by 6, 5,000. 5,000 into 3, 15,000. 5,000 into 2, 10,000. 5,000 into 1, 5,000. So journal entry partners capital account debit to P&L. So P&L also transferred. Next, fourth step. Step 1, calculation of ratio. Step 2, treatment for goodwill. Step 3, transfer of reserve. Now come to step 4, which is revaluation account. Plant and machinery is valued at 4,30,000. Existing value of plant and machinery 3 lakh. New value 4,30,000. Meaning plant and machinery increased. By plant and machinery increase in asset. How much increase? 4,30,000 minus existing value 3 lakh. 4,30,000 minus 3 lakh will give you 1,30,000. That is the increase amount. That will come in P&L revaluation account credit side. Next, plant and machinery over. This adjustment is over. Second adjustment. Existing provision was increased by 50%. There is a provision of 20,000. This provision is increased by 50%. 20,000 into 50%. 20,000 into 50%, it is 10,000. Provision is a liability. Liability increases. Entry revaluation account debit to provision for doubtful debts or provision for bad debts. It is 20,000 into how much percentage? Means 50%. 20,000 into 50% will give you 10,000. This 10,000 entry, it is 20,000 into 50%, it is 10,000. That's all. Provision is over. Next, C share of goodwill is valued at 80,000 and the same was to be treated without opening goodwill account. C share of goodwill is valued at 80,000 and the same should be treated without opening goodwill account. Goodwill already we passed entry. What is the entry we passed for goodwill? Goodwill can entry pass pannom. Gaining partners capital to sacrificing partner. So that is also over. Next, total of the amount to be paid to partner. அதுக்கு வருவோம் இனிமேட் தான். ஸோ ரீவேல்யூஷன் அவ்வளோதான். ரெண்டு விஷயம் தான் ரீவேல்யூஷன். ஸோ ரீவேல்யூஷனோட கிரெடிட் சைட் டோட்டல் இஸ் 1,30,000. 1,30,000 minus 10,000 will give you 1,20,000. This should be transferred to partners capital. Who are the partners name? ABC are the partners name. In what ratio it should be shared? In old ratio it should be shared 3:2:1. 1,20,000 3:2:1 la piricha will be getting 60,000 for A, 40,000 for B and 20,000 for partner C. So revaluation over. So revaluation over in this question. Goodwill over. Now last step number 5, capital account. Very important step because of capital proportionate adjustment. We have one good adjustment. First, by balance brought down. What is the opening capital of partners? It is 1,80,000, 1,60,000, 1 lakh. 1,80,000, 1,60,000 and 1 lakh. 1,80,000, 1,60,000 and 1 lakh. Opening balance எழுதியாச்சு. அதுக்கு அப்புறமா by. Next, goodwill oda entry to be posted. What is the entry for goodwill? Goodwill oda entry enna? Gaining partners capital to sacrificing partner. A capital account debit, B capital account debit to C. A account debit for 48, B account debit for 32. அப்ப A and B க்கு debit 48 A and B A and C A and B. 48 debit and 32 is also debit. Credit should be given to partner C. How much amount? 80,000. When you write for C, the reference should be by A and B. When you write for A and B, the reference should be to C. It is 80,000. Goodwill entry posted. Next, so opening balance over, goodwill over, then reserve by reserve illa in the sum P and L irukku. So 2 P and L. How much amount P and L? How much is the amount of P and L? 15, 10 and 5. 15,000, 10,000 and 5,000. 15,000, 10,000, 5,000. So P and L also we have written. Debit, credit. 15,000, 10,000 and 5,000. So P and L also written, goodwill written. Then revaluation. Revaluation it is to capital. Upper capital account it is by revaluation. What is the amount? 60, 40, 20. 60,000, 40,000 and 20,000. So goodwill adjustment over, revaluation over, reserve over. Now first, who is a retiring partner? C is a retiring partner. First find the amount to be paid to the retiring partner. Retiring partner account should be balanced. Retiring partner account should be balanced first. What is the credit side total? 1 lakh, 80, 2 lakh, 2 lakh. What is the amount to be paid? Revaluation, any other thing? Credit side total. It is 2 lakh. 2 lakh. Credit side total is 2 lakh. Minus 1 lakh 5,000. Minus 5,000 will give you 2 cash. This is the amount to be paid. Up a bank to bank. Balancing figure. This is the amount brought in by other partner. It is 1,95,000. Next, find the balancing figure. அப்புறமா கண்டினியூ பண்ணுங்க. ஏன்னா ரெண்டு ஸ்டெப்பாவே சால்வ் பண்ணிருங்க. First find the balancing figure. What is the balance for other partner? 180 plus 60, 240. 240 minus 2,40,000 minus 48,000 minus 15,000. 1,77,000. First balance கண்டுபிடிங்க. Actually capital proportionate adjustment இருக்கு. Still first balance கண்டுபிடிங்க. And 1,60,000 plus 40 will give you 2 lakh. And 1,60,000 plus 40 will give you 2 lakh. 2 lakh minus other partner, 2 lakh minus 42,000 will give you 1,58,000. First cross check up to this. இது வரைக்கும் நீங்க கரெக்ட்டா போட்டுருக்கீங்களான்னு பாருங்க. Okay. Balance brought down. Opening balance of partners capital, goodwill, revaluation. Okay. Cross check your answer up to this. அப்பதான் உங்களுக்கு capital proportionate adjustment புரியும். அதை நான் இன்னொரு ஸ்டெப்பாவே போடுறேன். இந்த ஸ்டெப்லயே நான் இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணியிருக்கலாம். பட் ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு கிரியேட் கன்ஃபியூஷன். ஏன்னா இந்த பேலன்ஸை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் அந்த நம்பரே அரைவ் பண்ண போகிறோம். ஸோ ஐ எம் ப்ரொசீடிங் வித் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப். பை பேலன்ஸ் brought down 1,77,000 and 1,58,000. இப்போ listen friends, have a working note. What is the working note number 4? Working note number 4. A capital, B capital given, and total capital you have one more column. What is the capital balance carried on now? 1 lakh first partner ki evlo 1 lakh 77, second partner it is 1 lakh 58. 1 lakh 77 for partner A, second partner ku 1 lakh 58,000. Add this two number, 1 lakh 77,000 plus 1 lakh 58,000. 1 lakh 58,000 will give you 3 lakhs and 35,000. Okay, va? This 3 lakh 35,000 plus additional capital brought in by partner. Total how much is the additional capital brought in by the partner? See, to the retiring partner, whatever amount we have, that amount is brought in by new partners. Sorry, this 1 lakh 95 is there, no? This 1 lakh 95 amount is brought in by both the partner A and B combinedly. Combined both A and B in total how much they are bringing means 1 lakh and 95,000 they are bringing, correct? What is the total amount of closing capital? What is the total amount of closing balance of capital? It is 3 lakh 35,000 plus 1 lakh 95,000 will give you total capital as 5 lakh and 30,000. This 5 lakh 30 is the total capital of the firm. And this 5 lakh 30 you share in the profit sharing ratio. What is the profit sharing ratio? What is the new ratio given in the question? Already one partner retired. New ratio it is 3:2. 3:2 la share panna 5 lakh 40 3:2 la share panna 5 lakh 40 divided by 5 into 3 you will be getting 3 lakh and 16,000 for partner A. Okay, and see, and how much is the amount to partner B? 5 lakh 30,000 minus 3 lakh 16,000 you will be getting 2 lakh and 14,000 for partner B. I will repeat again. This number is taken from question answer. நம்ம வந்து capital account prepare பண்ணோம்ல. In capital account, what is the closing balance? 1 lakh 77 and for partner B it is 1 lakh 58,000. Once you find the total of closing balance of capital, total capital comes to 3 lakh and 35,000. How we get 3 lakh 35,000? It is 1 lakh 77,000 plus 1 lakh 58,000 will give you 3 lakh and 35,000. This 3 lakh 35,000 is the total capital of partner A and B. With this total capital, add additional capital. Additional capital amounts to 1 lakh 95,000. 3 lakh 35,000 plus 1 lakh 95,000 will give you 5 lakh and 30,000. This 5 lakh 30,000 should be shared in profit sharing ratio. What is the profit sharing ratio? 3:2. Okay, now we get the closing capital. How much is the additional capital to be brought in by A? A oda additional capital 3 lakh 16,000 minus 1 lakh 77,000. Additional capital brought in by A, it is 1 lakh and 39,000. 1 lakh and 39,000. This is the amount to be brought in by new partner. Total capital 1 lakh 77 and 1 lakh 58, and cash is brought in to settle the retiring partner. So 141 plus 54,195. So it is 5 lakh 30 closing balance. 5 lakh 30 if you share in 3:2, 5 lakh 30 in 3 by 5, it is 3 lakh 18. Oh, 18 sorry pa. It is 3 lakh 16 illa 3 lakh 18,000. How much is the amount brought in? 3 lakh 18,000 minus 1 lakh 77,000. New partner brings 1 lakh 41,000. Next, 5 lakh 30 minus 3 lakh 18,000. 5 lakh 30 minus 3 lakh 18,000. 2 lakh 12,000. New partner brings how much capital? Find this as balancing figure. 2 lakh 12,000 closing balance. 1 lakh 58,000 opening. You will be getting 54,000. To cross check this two amount, 141 plus 54 will give you 195. I will numbers this. அப்போ உனக்கு ஈஸியாக இருக்கும் எந்த நம்பரை நம்ம ஃபஸ்ட்டு எழுதணும் அப்படின்றத தெரிஞ்சுப்ப. சி கொஷினோட ஆர்டர் படி நம்ம எழுதலை, என்னென்ன நம்பர் நம்ம ஃபஸ்ட்டு எழுதணுன்றதை பாரு. நான் பாக்ஸ் பண்ணி உனக்கு அந்த ஆர்டர் சொல்கிறேன், கேர்ஃபுல்லாக கவனி. ஓகே, ஃபஸ்ட்டு 177 இதான் நான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு எழுதின நம்பர். செகண்ட் 158 இதான் நான் செகண்ட் எழுதின நம்பர். இது இது வந்து ஃபஸ்ட் நம்பர், இது செகண்ட் நம்பர். அடுத்து நான் கண்டுபிடிச்சது 335 தேர்டு நம்பர். அடுத்து அடிஷ்னல் கேபிட்டல், இது ஃபோர்த் நம்பர். அடுத்து 530 இது ஃபிஃப்த் நம்பர். அடுத்து 318 இது சிக்ஸ்த் நம்பர். அடுத்து 212,000 இது செவன்த் நம்பர் நான் கண்டுபிடிச்சது. அடுத்து இந்த நம்பர் 414 எப்படி கண்டுபிடிச்சோன்னா, திஸ் இஸ் அரைவ்ட் ஆஸ் அ பேலன்சிங் ஃபிகர். ஓகே, இது எயித்து நம்பர். அடுத்து இது நைன்த் நம்பர். ஸோ இதுதான் வந்து ஃபைனலாக நம்ம ஆன்சரை, திஸ் இஸ் ஹவ் வி ஃபவுண்ட் த ஆன்சர். ஓகே, என்ன ஆர்டரில் கண்டுபிடிச்சோம் அப்படின்னு, ஒரு சி ஷேப் மாதிரி, ரிவர்ஸில் சி ஷேப். ஃபைன், எனிவே. ஸோ இப்போ இந்த நம்பர் இருக்குல்ல 141 and 54, திஸ் இஸ் த கேபிட்டல் brought in by நியூ பார்ட்னர். இப்போ பை பேங்க் as per working note number 4 or 5 as per working note number 4. As per working note number 4, what is the amount brought in by partner? 1,41,000. and இன்னொரு பார்ட்னர் எவ்வளோ? 22 54 54,000. ஓகே, அப்போ what is your closing balance? To balance carry down 177 plus 177 plus 141 will give you 3,18,000. So this is your balancing figure, 3,18,000. 177 plus 141, 3,18,000. So this is your closing balance, 3,18,000. B 158 plus 54,000 will give you 2,12,000. So 2,12,000. Partner C retired, அதனால் அவனுக்கு எதுவுமே இல்லை. So that's all. This is the answer for this question. So I will repeat the steps. Step 1, ratio. In this question, old ratio is given. New partner oda share பத்தி எதுவுமே சொல்ல. அப்போ old ratio is same as new ratio. And we find gaining ratio. And the gaining ratio it is 3:2. So what is the journal entry for goodwill? Goodwill oda entry. Gaining partner's capital account debit to sacrificing partner. Also we had P&L debit balance. That P&L debit balance should be transferred. So P&L should be credited and the partner's capital should be debited. And step 4, we prepared a revaluation account. 50% of provision, existing provision. We have existing provision of 20. This 20 provision, in provision we have, it has been increased to how much percentage? 50%. அப்போ 20,000 into 50% அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தோம். Next we had plant and machinery increase. Plant and machinery is valued at given. When it is given at 4,30,000 minus 3,00,000, net amount should come and the difference is transferred to capital. In that amount should be shared in old ratio. So capital oda opening balance of capital, goodwill oda adjustment will come both in debit side as well as in credit side. Revaluation profit should be transferred and P&L debit balance should be transferred. First find balancing figure as this is the amount to be paid. This 1,95,000 is nothing but additional capital of this 1,95,000 is nothing but additional capital of partner A and B. This in total, this 1,95,000 is the additional capital of A and B in total. A and B oda additional capital it is how much means 1,95,000. Then we find the balancing figure. Closing balance we found. The same amount we have written as opening balance here. And then we had a capital proportionate adjustment. Capital proportionate adjustment is important in this question. First we had opening balance of capital. With opening balance add additional capital will give you closing capital. Opening balance of A and B individually I find, and the total of the A and B order total is 3,35,000. With the total 3,35,000, additional capital of 1,95,000 should be added. You will be getting a closing balance of 5,30,000. That 5,30,000 should be in what ratio? Na 3:2. 5,30,000 3:2 la piricha, you will be getting 3,18,000 and 2,12,000. Now what is the difference between A 1,77,000 and 141? The difference should be transferred to additional capital brought in by the partner A. Similarly B we found it is 54,000. These two amounts will come in partners order capital credit side by bank, and the closing balance we arrive. That's all. Good question, worth for 6 mark. This type of question can be asked in examination. Have you understood this question? I hope it is clear. Okay, I am proceeding further. And with this we have one more question. With that we will complete this retirement concept. All the retirement concepts will come to an end. S and K are partners. S, K, G are partners. The sharing the profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. Profit sharing ratio given 3:2:1. K retired on 1st April. After all adjustment, amount due to partner is 5 lakh. The payment was made in 2 yearly installments. This is the principal portion which is paid in 2 yearly installments. Okay, 2,50,000 plus interest of 10% per annum on the unpaid amount. The amount of first installment paid on 31st March 2024 will be. First go through this question. ரொம்ப ஈஸியான கொஸ்டின் இது. பார்ட்னரோட லோன் அக்கௌண்ட்டை பற்றினது. எனிவே we have a principal portion of 5 lakh. 5 lakh is the principal which is outstanding. Principal outstanding on loan account-ல partner-ஓட loan-ல how much is the outstanding amount which is 5 lakh. This 5 lakh principal is paid in 2 installment. First the payment was made in 2 yearly installment of 2,50,000 plus interest at the rate of 10%. Appa this amount is paid in 2 yearly installment. Appa 2,50,000 is paid. Yearly installment is how much amount? Means 2,50,000. This is principal portion plus interest also paid. Interest at the rate of how much percentage? Means 10%. What is the principal outstanding? 5 lakh. 5 lakh la 10% comes to 50,000. Appa first installment is paid on 31st March 2024. Year order beginning is 1/4/2023. Full principal is outstanding for the year. Appa 2,50,000 la 10%. 5 lakh la 10% is outstanding. Appa 5 lakh la 10% is paid, which is 50,000 is the interest. Principal portion is 2,50,000. Appa how much is the installment paid? Means 3 lakh is the amount paid. Appa first installment la total நம்ம எவ்வளோ பேமெண்ட் பண்ணோம்னா 3 lakh பேமெண்ட் பண்ணுவோம். ஓகே, அதான் இங்கே கேட்டிருக்காங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இன்ஸ்டால்மெண்ட்டில் how much will be paid அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டிருக்காங்க. ஆன்சர் இஸ் how muchனா 3 lakh. தட்ஸ் ஆல். ஸோ அந்த நோட்ஸோட பார்ட்டையும் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிடுவோம். நான் ப்ரீவியஸாக உங்களுக்கு நோட்ஸ் ஃபஸ்ட்டு பேஜில் கொடுத்துருப்பேன். நோட்ஸு அந்த சம்மரி நீ ஃபுல்லாக வந்து ஒன்றா தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு சொல்லிவிட்டு ஃபஸ்ட்டு பேஜில் நோட்ஸ் கொடுத்துருப்பேன். ஸோ இதில் வந்து கேபிட்டல் முடிஞ்சிருச்சு, மினிமம் கேரண்டி ப்ராஃபிட் முடிஞ்சிருச்சு, பாஸ்ட் அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் முடிஞ்சிருச்சு. தென் ஆல்சோ நம்ம அட்மிஷன் ரிலேட்டடான நோட்ஸ் கொடுத்துருந்தோம்ல. ஜஸ்ட்டு வெயிட், அது இதில் இருக்குன்னு பார்த்துக்கிறேன். ஸோ இதில் எது வரைக்கும் முடிச்சிட்டோன்னா இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஆன் கேபிட்டல், குட்வில் ஓவர், அக்கௌண்டிங் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் ஃபார் குட்வில் ஓவர், ஸ்டெப்ஸ் இன்வால்வ் இன் அட்மிஷன். இதோட நோட்ஸ் பார்ட்டை கம்ப்ளீட் அட்மிஷனோட ஸ்டெப்ஸ் கொடுத்துருந்தேன், இப்போ ரிட்டையர்மெண்ட்டும் கொடுத்துட்டேன். ஸோ ஒன் மோர் டைம் இந்த நோட்ஸை கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஸ்டெப்ஸ் இன்வால்வ் இன் அட்மிஷன். ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டெப் calculation of step 1 calculation of ratio. இந்த மெட்டீரியல் உங்களுக்கு இது வேணும்னா டெலகிராம் குரூப்பில் யூ கேன் டவுன்லோட். யூடியூப் லிங்க்கில் நீங்கள் கிளிக் பண்ணிங்கனாலே அந்த டெலகிராம் லிங்க்குக்கு போய்டும். அந்த டெலகிராம் லிங்க்கில் ஃபைல்ஸில் யூ கேன் டவுன்லோட். செகண்ட் ஸ்டெப் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் ஃபார் குட்வில். Third step transfer of reserves. Fourth step prepare revaluation account and transfer revaluation profit or loss to old partners. Step 5 capital account. Step 6 balance sheet. So with this 6 steps of admission over. Also 6 steps of retirement. Same step will come here. Same step, same step, same step, same step. இங்கே மட்டும் amount due transferred to loan account. Amount due is transferred to loan account. Cash இருந்தா we will pay the cash, otherwise we will transfer the amount to loan. Death of partner, same steps, calculation of ratio, treatment for goodwill, transfer of reserve, revaluation account, same, but here amount may be amount transferred to executor account. Amount due to retiring partner is transferred to executor account, and balance sheet to be prepared. Last step is same, balance sheet. பட் உங்களுக்கு பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் வச்சு கொஷின் ரொம்ப இல்லை. ப்ரிடாமினெண்ட்டாக கேபிட்டலும் ரீவேல்யூஷனும் தான் உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாமில் கொஷினாக கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ இதில் டைப் 1 கொஷின் நம்ம பார்த்தோம். ரிமைனிங் பார்ட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு 1 மைனஸ் நியூ பார்ட்னர் ஷேர். நியூ ரேஷியோ இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு ஓல்டு ரேஷியோ இன்ட்டு remaining part. Old ratio into remaining part. So examல நீ ரிவைஸ் பண்ணும்போது ரொம்ப ஈஸியாக இருக்கும். இந்த ஃபஸ்ட்டு பேஜை ஃபஸ்ட்டு 5 pages மட்டும் பார்த்தாலே you will be having all the notes in a consolidated form. Type 2 ratio not given entirely from one partner. இங்கே நியூ ரேஷியோக்கு ஃபார்முலா old ratio minus sacrifice of partner. Old ratio minus sacrifice of partner. Old ratio new partner share given equal in word இருந்தாலும் அதே தான், அதே ஃபார்முலா. நியூ ரேஷியோ இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு ஓல்டு ரேஷியோ மைனஸ் sacrifice of partner. New ratio is equal to old ratio minus sacrifice of partner. New ratio given, old ratio given, sacrifice of partner directly given. அப்பையும் அதே தான். New ratio is equal to old ratio minus sacrifice of partner. இங்கே ஈக்குவலின்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்கல்ல, அதில் sacrifice of partner is equal to Sacrifice of partner is equal to new partner share into sacrificing ratio. The last type adhe da, new ratio is equal to old ratio minus sacrifice of partner. Sacrifice of partner is equal to new partner share into sacrificing ratio. Sacrifice of partner is equal to new partner share into sacrificing ratio. Transfer of reserve. Reserves के अन्ना entry इन सोलियंदा. Reserve account debit to old partners. Reserve account debit to old partners. In what ratio? Old ratio. Suppose reserves to be retained in sonna, upper gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partner and the entry varum. What should not be transferred na? Provident fund and depreciation fund. Provident fund and depreciation fund should not be transferred. Edukla adjustment required. Two things ka adjustment required. One is workman compensation fund. One is workman compensation fund. Another one is investment fluctuation fund. One is workman compensation fund, another one is investment fluctuation fund. The entries la na sum solve பண்ணும்போது யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். Increase in asset. அப்போ entry asset account debit to revaluation. Increase in asset entry asset account debit to revaluation. Decrease in asset revaluation account debit to asset. Liability increase in asset mattum illa, increase in asset / liability. அதே மாதிரி இங்கேயும் decrease in asset mattum illa, decrease in asset / liability. அப்போ liability increase ஆச்சுன்னா entry liability will have credit balance. அப்போ entry revaluation account debit to liability. Decrease in liability. Up entry liability account debit to revaluation. Taken over by partner. Asset taken over by partner. Up entry partners capital account debit to revaluation. Liability taken over by partners capital account debit to asset. Liability paid by partner. Up entry liability account debit to partners capital. Liability account debit to partners capital. Capital proportionate adjustment already solliirna. Okay, either we can take new partner capital as proportionate base capital or old partners capital as base capital. So with this we completed up to retirement of partner. So next we will in next class we will be solving some questions on death of partner. So death related or introduction first we will have. அதுக்கப்புறமா we will be solving this death of partner. Death of partnerல கொஞ்சம் sums தான் இருக்கு. Once death of partner is completed, we will have an important discussion about dissolution of firm. Dissolution detailed way we will discuss. Dissolution consistent one 6 mark question is asked. Also one mark question as usual. ஒரே type of 6 mark question again and again they are asking in dissolution. So அது கண்டிப்பாக discuss பண்ணுவோம். So we are on track. ஸோ என்ன பிளான் பண்ணமோ அது மாதிரி தான் போயிட்டுருக்கோம். எவ்ரிடே ஒரு 2 hours we are covering the revision session along with we are solving the problem, and inform this to your friends also. It will be beneficial for them. Okay, so other things will continue in next class we will continue. சரியா? So நாளைக்கு tomorrow at 5:30 link will be there in Telegram channel. In Telegram channel they will share the link. அதை பார்த்து so next classல பார்க்கலாம். Bye bye.